is actually the way that Bezos really made his billions that he wasn't even aware of. Sounds crazy. Listen in, here we go. We're gonna talk today about something a little special. We're gonna talk about rhythm. Now, yes, I'm a black man. I can dance. I got a little bit of rhythm. We're not gonna go into that. I grew up in an all-white household, so I might have been the only one that could dance. Just kidding. No, I'm not. Here we go. So this is what I'll talk to you about today. Here's how I have found over my research of years the real reason successful people are successful. In fact, this is something that most successful people don't even realize. In fact, like Jeff Bezos is a great example of this, and I look at the pictures of him and who he is now, and I want you to break this down and apply it to your own life, because this is how the dude made his billions. Now, we all in life have something a little special called an identity. Now, I'm not going to teach about identity today. That's going to be too much thinking for right now. I'm going to be totally honest. I'm going to give you something that'll make sense, and you'll be like, oh, that makes so much sense. I can use that in my life. And here's what I'm going to talk to you about: rhythm. Now, if you think about it, when I look at identity, identity is who you are when you are not thinking about who you are. It's the nooks and crannies of how you operate, how you think, how you feel, how you react to certain situations, all the little in-betweens. That's who you are. But it's also part of a rhythm, and I don't mean routine. You can have a morning routine, you can have a bath time routine. Your rhythm is your life, and you have your own special song, your own tune, your own tempo. But I want to talk about how that has affected your ability to have success so far, and how if you adjust a little bit of these things I'm going to talk to you about, change the game. So today, let's get into this, talking about rhythm. With all my crazy pens, it helps to have these big football hands because I can hold all the pens together. We're going to talk about rhythm. Now, this is the thing that matters. I hope I spelled rhythm right. Yeah, I did. I could have spelled it wrong. It would have been permanent. But I didn't. It's spelled right. So we got these areas. There's going to be 3 specific areas that we talk about. One, you understand what rhythm is, right? We got that. We're going to leave it as it is. So we're going to put these little things here. We're going to break down something that I want you to be very, very aware of as we do this. So there are different types of rhythm. Now, when we talk about the types of rhythm, I want you to grasp that right now you're going to have one of these 3 types. Now, if you don't have one of these types, you're probably not alive, but you do have one of these types. And it really depends, your success really depends upon which one you're operating in right now. Now, the first 2 are the ones that, they're okay, but the last one's the key one to why Bezos was able to make such a great expansion of his world, his business, and impact so many human beings, and then still do his thing and eventually say, you know what, I built some conglomerate, I'm gonna step down and let somebody else run this thing, right? Andy Jazzy, I think his name is. So listen, there are 3 types of rhythm. Type number 1 is what's called random. And to be honest, this is where I believe I have seen the majority of human beings in their life. Your rhythm, it's how you go through the flow of your day. Like it's your literally your rhythm for life, how you operate. Now, for some people, think about a song and having rhythm. Some people's rhythm is amazing rhythm, right? It's like, man, they're in there moving, grooving, same instruments you got, but the song sounds so much better. Some people, same instruments, they're over here like too much drum and too much offbeat, trumpet and offbeat piano, and the guitar sounds crazy because for some reason they can't figure out how to make this rhythm work with the instruments. So all that happens is they end up doing too much of the wrong stuff randomly throughout the day. These are people with shiny object syndrome, also people who burn out because they're making a random song. They're out there hitting this and like, they're doing this all day. It's a horrible rhythm and it sounds crazy. They live their life this way. So what ends up happening is now I'm in a space where like, okay, today I'm just going to go ahead and make this phone call and call this person. I'm not going to track who I called. I'm just going to call the person. Then tomorrow maybe I'll get a workout. I feel like maybe I should eat healthy. I saw that I got a little pudge. I'm going to eat a little bit healthy today. And then they just change it up. So the next week, Monday comes. What did I do last Monday? I don't know. I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. I'm going to go walk around a block. There's no structure. Completely random, but this person will tell you, I want to achieve great things. I want to have my goals be real. I want to live this life. But do you really? How are you going to do it without having a random rhythm in life? So you'll give too much in one area. You'll spend too much time at the gym working out, neglect your family, neglect your career because you want to have big muscles. Hey, this is real. It happens to girls too. This is one area you got to think about. Or maybe you spend too much time at work. You spend way too much time thinking about work, creating work to build a name for yourself, and your wife and kids are back there like, hey, can you come hang out? And your husband's like, hey, honey, you want to come hang? You're doing work all day. Or maybe your body's like, blah, 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 like, hey, you might want to go get a little workout in, right? There's things that get neglected. So what happens is your random rhythm keeps you stuck. you make no progress. If we're being honest, majority of people sit in this place. Now, I have not done studies on this. I wish I had at some point done, but I would venture to say there's a great percentage of people that even I run into who look successful on the outside. Social media looks good, right? I'm a coach. I talk on stages, but you start talking about their business and their income, oh, it's random. It's all over the place. They don't really have a structure or a cadence or a flow. They don't know how they deal with clients. Maybe at work, they're all over the place. They may look like they're good, but it's because they just stress out all day with the wrong rhythm, giving too much to one thing, right? These people end up either burning out or going broke eventually, even if they look good on the outside. Now, I'm saying this to you because if you're watching this, it could be you. Accept this piece. Give yourself the ability to pull the ego back and go, maybe it's me. And if it's not good, maybe you're the next one, which is what I call regular. Now, regular, then that's good. But is it great? No. Regular is like, hey, I got a regular rhythm. I got this. Regular. And it's good. You want that. I'm not going to lie. Consistent. Right? I got a tick. No problem. And the idea for a lot of people is as the regular rhythm goes, you're like, hey, I'm good. And we build up to this. We get to this rhythm. We get to the point of, I'm good. I got a good balance between my relationships, good balance between my career, good balance between my health. And it's good. And it's okay. But here's the question that you really need to ask yourself. Is it great? Are you living in a rhythm that's creating that bigger vision for yourself, right? And to be honest, like you can have all the information you want in the world, all the insights, all the network, all the connections, but if your rhythm is like this forever, you get the same thing. This is Mr. Bob down the street who his lawn's manicured and his car's always washed and the plants are always taken care of and it's good, but he's just always in a grumpy mood. Right? There are people who have these regular lives, and regular is okay for some people, but if you're not a regular-minded person, it's killing you inside. Your goal is I want to get to be regular, and if I'm being honest, like that's not really my goal. I like regular, but I'm talking about the last one here in a second, which is big, but regular is pretty much saying you're going to live a regular life in a regular world with regular experiences, with a regular bank account, and a regular body, and a regular relationship. It's average. Right? Average. There's a book called The Good to Great. Like it's serious. And the biggest enemy of great is good. Because we think this is a good tempo. It's a regular tempo. And although you want more, you'll never get it running at a regular tempo. Right? If you want to go from point A to point B, yes, you can take your foot off the gas. It'll coast at 10 miles an hour. But those who get there faster, they do a little bit different. They press the gas. And when you press the gas, what happens? I increase my speed. I increase the rhythm of my life, and this is called progressive. Now, progressive, I'm not talking about the soup. I'm not talking about the insurance, right? It's a progresso, maybe progresso. Anyways, the idea is I want progressive. So progressive is from this to this. Right? You pick up the speed. The idea is progressive is what you should have as a rhythm for your life. Now, when I look at progressive, I say, look, regular gets me regular outcomes. Progressive gets me great. That means the song of your life, the rhythm you're rocking at in your life, it should increase little by little, by little, by little. So you look at successful people, the things that they're doing, their rhythm, it's not like it's all of a sudden crazy. It sounds good, but it's going at such a high beat per minute because it's progressed up to that level that you can't catch up. It's hard to hear it. You're like, man, how do they get that thing moving so smooth and they still look like they're chilling on a boat, hanging out. Life is good. Well, because it progressively built up to it. It's like the whole thing with a frog. If you put a frog, a regular person, into a boiling pot of water, the frog will jump out. But if you progressively heat that water up with the frog in it, it'll boil to death. It doesn't even notice the progressive changes. That's why regular people who want to jump into progressive lives, they can't handle it. They can't hang because the rhythm is just too fast. It's like the jump rope, and I want to jump in, and I get in, and I can't keep up because I can't go that fast. But if you progress into it over time, you can rock and roll. That's the big key. So what I'm talking about here is you go from this key here is your progressive rhythm. This is the second piece. Now, what I like to call this is kind of like your success rhythm. It's the same thing. Success rhythm. Now your success rhythm, it's a thing, it's a rhythm that'll have you have the success you desire. Now success rhythm is not, it's not the aspect, it's the destination. Think about this, the destination, your level of, I want to have success at this level, it takes a certain rhythm. And if we look at the different aspects of what that rhythm is, this will help us create the life we want to build into. I'll know when I'm progressing up and stopping. Now, this should always have an aspect of health, which I don't know why I'm going so fast, wealth, and then relationships. This is honestly the key pieces. Everything in life that we have ties into one of these three areas, if we're being honest. Health, being healthy, mental health, physical health, wealth, making money, relationships. And you got to find out what the rhythm is. There's a bunch of things in between. You can throw a little bit of different noise in between there. You can put some hobbies in there. You can put some different, ideas of what you want to do and create in there. You can definitely do some legacy building things, but it really sits in the bigger areas of this. And the idea is, how do I get a consistent success rhythm at the level that I want? That goes into a loop repeatedly, over and over, and then all I'm doing is going from the speed, and I'm increasing the speed, but I'm in the same flow. You have to step back and say, what does your success rhythm look like? Not mine, not Corey's, not Bob's, not Billy's, not Shelly's. What is your success rhythm? What does that look like that as you go progressive and adapt, you build up to it and say, look, I'm good right there. I want that. Right now, I'm in season of dad. What that means is I have a focal point on, I want to be present for my kids. I want to be done by the time they get home from school. That's my success rhythm has a wrap around all these different pieces, but there's different amounts of different, we'll call it different notes, different tunes inside. I may have my bass, my beat, my drum, my foundation is my relationships, to be totally honest. Like, these matter to me the most. This is my drum, right? Boom, boom, boom. My wife, my kids, my friends, my colleagues, my clients, right? That's mine, right? But then I also have this aspect of wealth. Now, I could easily go out there and try to do everything all day, every day, and burn the midnight oil, the candle at both ends to make a bunch of money. But to be honest, it would take away from the baseline. If there's too much trumpet, like the bass, you can't hear the bass line, right? So it makes sure that my success rhythm has a certain level at what I will agree to do to be able to have the income I want. And then my health ties in also. My health is a big piece. If I'm not healthy, I can't be present in relationships. I can't even work and focus, right? It's in here. This actually at the moment has a pretty even tick to the rhythm of what my wealth is. I want to be in great shape, and I also want to have a business that runs, but all of it ties back to my good husband, and my good father, my good brother, sister, cousin. Am I good at that? If I am, I'm in a good rhythm for my life. I'm in a good success rhythm. And the way that you get here, here's the big thing people don't look at. The way you get to this level is by doing one key thing. This one key thing I'm going to use a blue marker for is you have got to shift. And this is why I talk about shift all the time, right? Because shift isn't just one thing, I shift a piece. Shifting is shifting the tempo, shifting everything up a little bit higher at different rates. So what ends up happening is I shift from one level, from random to possibly regular. What I agree you should do is go down to progressive, but if you're regular, shift to progressive, right? This is how this all ties in together. All this stuff goes here. I'm shifting from one level to the next, one type of rhythm to the next rhythm, to the next rhythm. I'm bypassing one to go from regular to progressive, right? The idea is to make a shift, and when you do, you can make a shift in very specific areas. You must then take a shift and say, what shifts do I have to make in my health? And we're going to have some examples. Maybe you need to eat different, right? Maybe you need to exercise different. Right? Maybe you need to do something that has to do with, meditation different, right? That's going to be the health focus. You got to think about, what am I doing to shift those things so my health gets in place? Here's the crazy thing. You do not have to change everything immediately. Small tweaks, small shifts. Change is scary. Let's be honest. Change is heavy. It's a thick word. But shift, it's a little bit, and a little bit more, and a little bit more. You shift over time. So when I say eat different, maybe you eat out 3 times a day. Make it 2. Right? Maybe you don't work out at all. Don't go to the gym 5 days a week. Get up and walk down the block and back on day 1. And then don't do anything until next week. And then the next week do Monday, Tuesday. And then the next week do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Make small shifts. If meditation is something brand new to you, try it one time and then maybe try it again a couple days later. Ease it in. Shift into it, right? When it comes to wealth, a big shift you should make is anchoring on 2 things, I think. Is it something you love? And it's something that fulfills, right? Because I can love something and love doing it, but not be fulfilled in doing it, right? Because I may not make the money I gotta make. I may have something where, it's just like, I love, what do I love doing? I love TV, but it doesn't fulfill me, you know what I mean? So when I say love, like I love doing this as a career and it fulfills me, right? So if I can get to the point of look at these boxes saying mine and my wealth, if I do it right, and I'm talking about making money, it could be a career that you love. But if you love this career and you're not fulfilled in doing it, maybe I try a different career, right? Maybe it's a business you love doing, but I'm not making the money, so I don't feel fulfilled. I'm not making the impact, so I don't feel fulfilled, right? Maybe I'm fulfilled at doing this thing. Like I feel good when I get it done, but if I'm honest, like I feel like there's something else I could do, another love. For example, I got people who have fulfillment in their life from this career that fills them up. I feel great doing it, but I feel like I have a different love for a new career I could try out, and they want to jump and try something new, right? So in the wealth realm, there's a lot of things you look at, but the two that fit for my heart and my life is, am I having wealth of life as well as income? Am I having the things I want in this space? And am I doing it the right way? Are you sacrificing the things that you shouldn't sacrifice, family and relationships or health, or are you sacrificing things you should, like boredom and procrastination and distractions, right? Think about what you're actually looking at for the wealth piece. And in relationships, for me, when it comes to shifting those, you make votes with your time for what matters. Just so you know, this is how your life is operating. And if you are saying relationships are a big piece of your life, man, what are you doing with those? What votes are you making with your time? Are you shifting the way that you spend time with your buddies to spend time with your family? Are you shifting the way that you spend time, let's say, agreeing to do certain things and following through and showing up, or do you leave people hanging? Do you spend time apologizing for mistakes you made and mending your relationships, right? To be honest, relationships are built around time spent together, engagements, interactions. So if you aren't shifting the way that you spend your time with certain people, relationships aren't important, but you got to look at what am I doing to make small shifts here? What am I doing to vote about what matters to me with my time little by little by little? It doesn't have to be a massive thing, but here's the crazy thing. If you think about songs and tempos and beats, if you listen to the good ones, man, the good rhythms, not only do you love it, other people want to hear that song too. Think about it. Like if I have a great rhythm of a song I'm listening to and I love it, I'm like, hey, you got to hear the song. Hey, you got to hear the song. People want to be around that song and hear it, right? If it's a bad song, not only do you not like it, you don't want to share it with the world. I don't want to have anybody else find this song. It's kind of a sucky song. So the idea for your life is you can be in one of two places for rhythm. You can be in this random, regular kind of like, it's a boring rhythm that maybe you kind of like, but maybe you don't, that you don't want to share with the world. So you keep yourself small and tucked away and you get stuck in this place. Or you say, look, I want to have a cool, amazing, enjoyable, progressive rhythm that picks up. So not only do people come around and want to listen to it, man, they want to dance with it and hang out with it and be around it. They want to feel that rhythm. They want to be, I love this song. I want to make music like that. I want to find a way to create that. If you do that for your life, you'll literally accomplish any goal you want, and while doing so, you'll have a great body, have great relationships, have great wealth. Your life will be like those people you see that have those amazing, enjoyable pictures on Instagram or social, whatever it is you look at. Right? The idea is like that's the life you want to live, and it's a life you can live, but not if you're random or if you're regular. It only happens when you get progressive and find and create your success rhythm and progress into it. So, go out there, find your rhythm, and make shift happen.